Happy October, Rutgers. I'm Kim Peterman.
And I'm Jayne Chacko. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. It is Monday, October 2nd, 2017.
Weather Watcher Manny Cruz will give you the regional and big picture forecast for the day.
Ciani will paint the town scarlet at Cook Community Day.
I will sit down with Julia Stadlinger from Are You Voting?
Let's start the show. You're watching Wake Up Rutgers on RUTV.
Hello and welcome, Rutgers. It's great to be here on this chilly Monday morning.
We're here to wake you up every Monday morning this semester with some exciting news, events, and weather.
Well, it is a beautiful morning here in New Jersey. It is a somber one for the country. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and families involved in the Las Vegas shooting that occurred earlier this morning. Since this is a developing story, be sure to check our Twitter page at Wake Up Rutgers for more updates throughout the next couple of days.
Well, the gubernatorial elections are coming up, and it's super important that students are making a decision in voting. For the Republican candidate is Kim Guadagno, and Phil Murphy is a Democratic candidate. And this is just a lot of information so it's really important to look up what each of the candidates are promising.
Definitely, and it's also important to stay informed with local elections as well. There's a lot of Board of Education and mayoral seats that are up this coming election as well.
And we'll be talking about the Big Ten voting challenge later on in the show.
Definitely, and I'll be interviewing Julia Stadlinger. In addition to that, there are a lot of fun fall events this coming month. Have you been to any recently?
I haven't been to any on campus, but I'm super excited for the horror movie marathons coming out, especially the one on Disney Channel. It's a classic to turn into every single year. And there's also, there's Haunted Mazes coming out as well this month.
Definitely. I always love Fright Fest.
Yes, Fright Fest is fun. Have you seen any fun Halloween decorations up lately?
Yeah, actually on my street, there's this one house that has a bunch of inflatables, including an inflatable glow-in-the-dark Jack Skellington. And since Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite Halloween movies, it definitely brightened my day.
That is so cool. It's really exciting to see so many people get into the Halloween spirit and into fall. And speaking of more fun events, we're going to check out what you know. So,
before we can get to all of the exciting things we have planned for this episode, let's see how much you know.
When is the deadline to register to vote in New Jersey?
Hang tight, Rutgers, because we will find out the answer right after this break.
This is Kate. Kate never utilized the many great resources Rutgers has to offer. Now, Kate doesn't have a job. Don't want to end up like Kate? Then you should go to University Career Services. University Career Services provides career-related counseling, resources, and programs to help individuals clarify academic and career goals, establish career plans, develop job search skills, and make successful career transitions. The mission is to build relationships with alumni, employers, and graduate schools to optimize internship, job, and career opportunities. From workshops and webinars to fairs and other recruiter visits, the staff within University Career Services works tirelessly to prepare students and connect them to the world of work. For more information, visit careers.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, when is the deadline to register to vote in New Jersey? Now it's time to find out the answer.
Voter registration applications must be postmarked by October 17th, according to Are You Voting, who'll be stopping by later in the show. And it's so important to vote, as we mentioned earlier. And speaking of important things, let's go to news and events.
Rutgers has appointed Thomas Sokolowski, an art historian and museum professional, as the new director of the Zimmerli Art Museum. Sokolowski has more than 35 years of experience as a museum professional, including being director of the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh for 14 years. By curating the pieces and organizing exhibitions throughout the world, Sokolowski has generated more than $30 million in revenue. The Jayne Voorhees Zimmerli Art Museum is one of the most respected university-based museums in the United States. Deba Detta, Chancellor of Rutgers University, New Brunswick, appointed Sokolowski and commended interim director Marty Mayo for his brilliant work at Zimmerli. The Rutgers community welcomes Sokolowski and looks forward to what he brings to the Zimmerli Art Museum. Have you ever been to the Zimmerli?
I haven't been lately, but I am excited to check out the new pieces that'll be there.
Definitely. It's always fun to go there like during final season when they have that 24-hour period where you could study in the art museum.
Right, and I'm sure it's a different change of scenery, which is great for studying, especially when you're trying to soak in like new information.
Definitely, it definitely helps with stress levels as well.
Yeah, speaking of stress levels, in Colombia, a group known as the Paisa population have been suffering from higher rates of suicide than average. The Associate Dean for Global Health and Professor of Psychiatry and Family Medicine at Robert Wood Johnson Medical School, Javier Escobar, will be researching the relationship between genetic and behavioral disorders in the Paisa population. This population is considered a genetic isolate because they have been living in the same area for generations and have a high frequency of marrying within extended families. Large genetic studies such as this one are not as common in the United States, so studying this group will help determine which factors are environmental or genetic. Escobar and a group of investigators have been granted $5.5 million to study the relationship between genetics and behavioral disorders in the Paisa population. This grant will facilitate a study of 8,000 Paisas who suffer from severe mental disorders and a group of 2,000 Paisas without mental illnesses for comparison. After the study, researchers may then be able to determine how these genetic components relate to a patient's symptoms. I am interested in learning and finding out what this study produces and if environmental and genetic factors, which one is leading to like all the increase in suicide rates.
Definitely. I would say based on previous studies, it's a combination of both nature and nurture. The nurture includes things like food. Speaking of which, Rutgers will be hosting a series of conversations with Chef Najathi Kaboy, an internationally recognized organic chef, urban farmer, and food activist. Chef Kaboy grew up in rural Kenya, raised by coffee father-mother and restaurant owner father. He immigrated to the United States when he was just 20 years old and earned his master's degree in both medical and urban anthropology. Chef Kaboy is dedicated to issues of food, race, and social and economic justice. His first talk will start Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Cook Campus Center multipurpose room. The series will also continue later in the week. For more information, to RSVP, or to see the dates and times of his other talks, visit global.rutgers.edu. It's always really interesting to see the relationship between food and different races and cultures.
Yeah, I actually, in my Intro to American Studies class, I listened to a lecture about food and race, and it's just, yeah, it is really interesting to see how food reflects race and culture.
Definitely. Just the variety of cuisines and how there are in the world always surprises me.
Definitely. And there's also something really cool happening on Livingston campus. So if you want to enjoy live music with your friends, then head to the plaza at the Livingston campus on Wednesday, October 4th from 12 to 3 p.m. Enjoy live music from the Pasta Sauce Exchange, a group of dynamic musicians that perform a blend of various genres. So take a break in between classes, grab a snack, and head over to the Livingston campus for some afternoon entertainment. For more information, head to ruevents.rutgers.edu. Now that musician group name is so interesting, the Pasta Sauce Exchange.
Definitely. I want to know how they got that name.
Yes, I want, how they got there and what's the correlation between their music and pasta sauce exchanging, because that's something you do within your neighborhood between moms.
Yeah, it's not something you associate typically with music.
Yeah, so if you get the chance to head over to Livingston campus, then I would definitely ask them that.
In addition to that, we're going to look at a previous event, Cook Community Day at Paint the Town Scarlet.
Good morning, Rutgers. I'm Ciani, and as you can see, I'm here at the beautiful Passion Puddle on Cook campus to celebrate the annual Cook Community Day. So why don't we head on in and have some fun? What can students expect from Cook Community Day?
They can expect to have a lot of fun. They can expect, if they get here early, to get a t-shirt. They can expect good food and great company.
It's a great day, beginning of the semester, great opportunity to come out, run into people that you know.
Well, I actually live on Cook campus, so I was just walking by home from class. I saw a bunch of people, music, all that good stuff.
What was your favorite part about being here?
You know, the pull-up competition. I got about 14 in. I just missed the bottle.
Free food is definitely always a plus.
Oh, who doesn't love free food, right?
The people. People are awesome.
So far today, the weather. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. We usually have good weather, but this is especially good weather.
What is your favorite part about the Cook campus and why? It's a tough one, I know.
I think for me it's one of the most beautiful campuses. There's so much greenery, the fields, Passion Puddle's really nice. It's just, all of it is really pretty.
Well, Rutgers, I hope you enjoyed the annual Cook Community Day just as much as I did. Until next time, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm Ciani, RUTV.
Thank you, Morgan. That looked like a lot of fun.
And it looked like the weather was great there on that day too. So what's going on with the weather today?
I'm Weather Watcher Manny Cruz, and if you were freezing at the bus stop with this temperature of 41 degrees, I have good news for you, as we do expect the high today to be 75 degrees, so it's the perfect day to go pick some pumpkins and apples out in the farm. Let's take a look at the day planner. As you can see, at 2 p.m. it's going to be 74. That's going to be the highest temperature in terms of timing, and then it's going to be 60 degrees for the rest of the day, so make sure to bring a jacket along with you. And tonight, overnight, it's going to be 49 degrees, so make some hot chocolate, but don't forget some whipped cream on that hot chocolate. And Tuesday's high is going to be a high of 71. It's going to be another nice fall day, and I'll talk more about the future and some northeast temperatures in the second part of my forecast. So back to you, Jayne and Kim.
Thank you. Thank you, Manny. The weather definitely seems to be very cold today.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to need an outfit change and put on a sweater or a jacket to just prepare for this cold weather.
Definitely. The hot chocolate suggestions seem very on point.
But you know what heats me up? Voting does. So when we come back, we're going to be talking with someone from Are You Voting about voting.
Do you like kicking back in your free time? Sometimes the dorms can get stuffy and boring, so head on over to the Rutgers Zone. Need somewhere to watch sports? Need to satisfy that ice cream craving? Or are you tired of your old video games? Rutgers Zone is where you need to visit. Enjoy some games, food, TV, karaoke, and so much more. And don't forget to ask for those ice cream toppings. With all of the cool things at the Rutgers Zone, why would you even leave? If you are on Livingston campus, make sure you swing by the Rutgers Zone, just a bus stop away. For more information, please visit zone.rutgers.edu.
It's important to stay safe and be aware of your surroundings on and off campus. Need some tips on personal safety and how to look out for others?
Yes!
Well, you're in luck, because Night's Watch Safety Program is coming to Rutgers. The goal of this campaign is to focus specifically on physical safety, provide programming to change the misperception that Rutgers isn't a safe place, and educate students about the resources on campus. Here's some useful tips to stay safe. Lock your doors at all times, even when you're just going next door. Most thefts occur in less than 1 minute. Get to know your neighbors and people on your floor and building. This will make it easier to spot strangers. Take precautions when walking alone on campus, especially at night. Keep personal belongings in view while in class, the library, lab, etc. Don't update your Facebook or Twitter status with your location on it. Don't put where you live or any other personal information on your profile page. This makes it easier for thieves to track you. To learn more about the campaign, be sure to visit staysafe.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back, Rutgers. I'm joined by Julia Stadlinger from Are You Voting? So hi, Julia. Thank you for joining me.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So what is Are You Voting, and how does it benefit the Rutgers community?
Sure. So Are You Voting? It's part of the Eagleton Institute Center for Youth Political Participation, and we're a nonpartisan effort basically to help Rutgers students, educate them about the voter registration process, and really making sure they're part of the political process. We're sponsored by the university. We'd like to think of ourselves as like a one-stop shop for all things, voter registration, any information, that anyone might need. We have a button on Sakai, and we're also around on other Rutgers portals.
Awesome. And where can a student go to register to vote?
Sure. So I would say maybe the easiest method would be going to the New Jersey Board of Elections website. Super easy. You just print out a voter registration form. The postage is prepaid. Fill out the information. Takes like 3 minutes. Tape it up, stick it in the mail. Otherwise, shameless plug, Are You Voting? We have a debate watch party coming up for the first debate for the governor's race on October 10th, where we will also be, doing voter registration, and we have voter registration drives periodically.
Great. And how should a student prepare for voting day, and what should they bring?
So I think first and foremost, the most important thing is to definitely make sure that you're registered. Super simple. You can actually just Google, "Am I registered to vote NJ?" Click on the first link. Otherwise, you can go to njelections.gov, and the first button there, it says, "Am I registered to vote?" You click on it, write your name. So definitely make sure for that. Secondly, I'd say make sure you know where your polling location is. You can check out our, Are You Voting website. Otherwise, the information is very easily found online. After that, so, day of, after you make sure that you're registered and you know where you're going to vote, I would say, first get excited. It's really awesome that participating in the political process and having your voice heard. Secondly, I'd say, there's no law for New Jersey saying that you need to bring ID, but we definitely recommend that you do. After that, something that I learned, working with Are You Voting, is that you can't wear any political paraphernalia, leave your campaign buttons at home, your t-shirt that says, proud supporter of so-and-so candidate, because they might ask you to turn it inside out. Otherwise, any other information you can find on our website, cypp.rutgers.edu/areu-voting. So again, we're a one-stop shop. We have any information you might want to know.
Awesome. And what's the Big Ten voting challenge?
Sure. So basically, it's another way for Rutgers to stay competitive within the Big Ten Conference. It's a conference-wide competition to help increase voter registration and turnout among all Big Ten campuses. At the end, the Big Ten Voting Challenge will give out 2 trophies to 2 universities. So the first trophy is for the Big Ten campus that had the highest rate of voter or eligible voter turnout, as of fall 2018. And the second trophy is going to be given to the campus that had, the biggest increase in voter turnout from 2014 to fall 2018. And we're going to be working really closely with, the Division of Student Affairs to make sure that Rutgers comes out on top.
Awesome. How has Rutgers been doing with its goal as of now? Sure.
So actually, big shout out to Rutgers. Our voter turnout rate is 54% as of 2016, which was a 7.4% increase from 2012. And our voter turnout rate is actually, it's higher than other comparable research institutions, public and private.
Nice. Now, since voter turnout for people under 30 has been historically low, what are some things we can do to encourage civic engagement?
Sure. So I think, first and foremost, I think we definitely need to let especially Rutgers students know that your voice is really important and that your voice matters. And voting is kind of, the easiest way to, tell the government what you want. You have to think of it, it's the government representative's job to, pursue your best interests. So voting is a great way to tell them. Otherwise, there's other aspects of civic engagement, just like, making your community a better place by volunteering. Contact your local, officials and representatives, contact your, congressman, your state senator, your mayor, even, the dean of students. Let them know, what you want. And there's a lot of really simple ways to make your community a better place.
Great. And with the gubernatorial election coming up this November in New Jersey, when's the last day a student could register to participate?
That would be October 17th.
Awesome. And where can students go for more information?
So you can go to RU Voting's website at cypp.rutgers.edu/RU-voting, or another good resource is the New Jersey Board of Elections website, and that's just njelections.gov.
Great. Well, thanks, Julia, for speaking with us. While we go to break, register to vote if you haven't already. See you in a bit.
The Rutgers bus system provides more than 15 options to get around the 5 campuses. Sounds overwhelming? But here's a quick recap of the bus routes and available resources to make traveling easier. On weekdays, the A and H buses make stops along College Ave and Bush. The B loops between Livingston and Bush, as the LX makes stops on Livingston and College Ave. The F takes an express route by traveling Route 18 from College Ave to Cook and Douglas. The Rex L goes between Douglas and Livingston, with the Rex B looping between Douglas and Bush. There are also weekend buses, which make stops on every campus. Each bus stop displays the routes of the specific bus stopping there and the expected arrival times. To learn more about the Rutgers bus system and additional bus services, download the Rutgers app, visit nextbus.com or rudots.rutgers.edu.
Thanks so much to Julia for stopping by to talk to us about voting. And speaking about voting and going outside to vote, let's learn about the weather and what's going on in the rest of the region.
I'm Weather Watcher Manny Cruz, and it's going to be warm and cozy across the Northeast today with temperatures in the 70s. As you can see, State College 72, Newark 73, and Camden at 75. But like tonight's lows is going to be kind of chilly and cold in certain places. It's going to be 48 degrees in Newark, 50 in Camden. But take a look at State College at 35. So if you go to Penn State, you're going to have to wear your coats tonight. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. You can see on Monday is going to be 75, which is today. On Tuesday is going to be 71. But take a look at the rest of the week with temperatures, with summer temperatures making a comeback with a high in the 80s to mid in the 80s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's part of the usual October swing in temperatures, where we see some chilly temperatures for a few days and then some warm temperatures right after. If you watch Rohan's forecast on Thursday, you're going to see that he's going to have some 60s for next week, so make sure to watch for that. And if you want to see some more of the Weather Watcher forecast, make sure to watch us in channel 23.1 every 15 minutes. Make sure to like our Facebook page. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at RUTV WW, and make sure to follow me on Twitter at Real Manny Cruz, and make sure to visit our website weatherwatcher.rutgers.edu. I'll see you guys next week. Back to you, Jayne and Kim.
Thanks, Manny. It's nice to know that it's going to get warm again this week.
Yeah, I'm excited to not be fully into sweater. You know what?
Sweater season?
Yes, sweater season. I still want to wear a t-shirt before it gets too cold. And we're going to see you right after this.
Welcome back. It has definitely been an informative show this Monday morning.
Yeah, we learned a lot about voting and definitely with the new news and events.
Definitely. I'm really interested to see what the new director of the Zimmerly was going to do.
Yeah, and I'm also hoping that a lot of students come out to vote this semester and that we can win the Big Ten voting challenge.
Definitely. And it's not just this semester, it's also next fall as well, since she said it was going out to 2018. So be sure to stay involved and informed.
Right. So are you going back to fall and what we saw on the Cook Community Day? Are you doing anything other fun fall stuff?
Not for this week, but I definitely am looking forward to Halloween. I think I'm going to dress up as Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I liked, definitely those movies are so much fun to watch.
Definitely. Yeah, I have an 11-year-old brother, so it's the one thing that we have in common that we can bond over. So, yeah, I figure I do Hiccup, he does Toothless, and we be super cute together.
Oh, that is adorable. Yeah, I find it hard, like when you're in college, to when you're back home and you're suddenly back to like hanging out with younger people, whether you have younger siblings or just like people in your community.
Definitely, particularly when your siblings are boys, because you'll go home and suddenly they'll be taller than you.
That's a nice surprise. Well, during this break, I'm going to be sure to text my brother and tell him to stop getting taller.
This is Kate. Kate never utilized the many great resources Rutgers has to offer. Now, Kate doesn't have a job. Don't want to end up like Kate? Then you should go to University Career Services. University Career Services provides career-related counseling, resources, and programs to help individuals clarify academic and career goals, establish career plans, develop job search skills, and make successful career transitions. The mission is to build relationships with alumni, employers, and graduate schools to optimize internship, job, and career opportunities. From workshops and webinars to fairs and other recruiter visits, the staff within University Career Services works tirelessly to prepare students and connect them to the world of work. For more information, visit careers.rutgers.edu.
Welcome back again. So we talked about Cook Community Day earlier. Cook Campus is definitely a really cool place to hang out.
Yeah, if you've never been to the farm on Cook Campus, I would definitely try taking a visit because the animals are just adorable.
I know. I personally love the goat pen that they have. They have this bunch of really cute like billy goats and kids too over the summer that were really small and adorable.
And my friend's a CSO, and so she also rides the horses on Cook Campus as a part of her job, and she like takes so many Snapchats of these horses, and they're just so cute. I kind of want a horse, you know?
Definitely. It fulfill your childhood dream to get a pony.
Exactly, yes. And just instead of taking the buses or instead of like walking to class, I would just ride my pony to class. Like
that would be awesome.
And it would definitely make an entrance.
Well,
Rutgers, that'll do it for today's episode.
For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu.
Follow us on Facebook by searching RUTV Network or follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRutgers. We love hearing from you, so tweet at us.
Thanks again for tuning in and to Julia for joining us.
I'm Jayne Chacko.
And I'm Kim Peterman. Have a great day, Rutgers, and we'll see you next Monday.